So one of the main topics right now in the collectibles industry is comics and the price that they have garnered on the market on eBay. Now let's take a look at some of these prices. 80,000 for a Amazing Spider-Man, 42,000, 25,000. So even though I'm not a comic collector, I hear about it even though I'm in the soccer market because of these prices that they're garnering. And in the American sports market, they're already reacting to this news. They're saying, okay, they're grading these comics. Well, what about the sports? How is this going to have implication in the sports market? And so as you can see, they're grading Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated is a big part of the American fabric of sports. It's kind of like the ESPN of magazine. Like a lot of people grew up with Sports Illustrated, and so there's a lot of nostalgia developed within these products. And so as you can see, some people are already investing early into this market. For example, this Hank Aaron, I know he's a famous some kind of baseball player. Michael Jordan, 1,500, 1,600 for another some sort of baseball magazine. This one's autographed, so I'm not going to include it. It's a LeBron James. Another autograph. Another runner, I guess. This is Steve Perraton from 1970s, 1,500. So you can see how the American market is currently reacting to this news of the comic market rise. And so I want to talk about what I think that soccer collectors can invest early in. And I want to talk about really quickly just the SGC magazine and how it works. So when you go to grading, it costs about $30 to grade a magazine, and if it's over $1,000, it's $80 in grading fees. Now SGC is a lot of people are talking about it. You probably already recognize this company if you're into TCG cards such as Pokemon. Um, but this company was the one that was bought out by Blackstone, so I do see a lot of potential within this market. So now I want to talk about the implications that it will have on the soccer market and the early moves that you can make in this market. Now, the move that I'm making is match day programs. And match day programs are these magazines that you can purchase at the match for that specific day. And this has been a strong part of English culture for a very long time. These magazines or these newspapers back in the day, I guess you could say, have been produced since the 1980s. If you are telling me that this is not part of football history, then you do not know what you are talking about. Soccer, football collectors, and lovers in Europe, this is a part of their ritual. And so I believe that there's a lot of potential within this market because there's already a built-in collector base. It's not a bunch of flippers. If you ask people from England about match day programs, a lot of people still collect them to this day or collected them as children. And so I believe that match day programs will be the soccer stickers of magazines. Like as Americans or as international people like me, I don't truly comprehend this part of the European collectors culture, collecting stickers, collecting match day programs. But I think that it's really important to respect these cultures because they are the root of football. So whenever the soccer card market does develop, Britain, UK, they're going to have a large say in what direction we're going to move in. And I believe that match day programs are definitely something that they're going to demand. And it's going to be in a big demand because it's been part of their fabric in terms of collecting when it comes to football. And so now I want to show you some of the purchases that I've been making. And when I talk about how undervalued these collectibles are, you're going to see really quickly of how underpriced these are. So for example, for this one, this is the Manchester United versus Chelsea 2008 Champions League final program. This was actually Ronaldo's first Champions League final win. And so I do believe that this is very historically significant in terms of the history of Ronaldo. And to me, it's ridiculous that I can still get this for $1.50. It's crazy. The next one that I want to show you guys is the 2003 Sporting Club Portugal Manchester United game. This is such an important game within the history of Ronaldo. Basically, Ronaldo was still a player at Sporting Portugal, And whenever Manchester United came to play a preseason game against Sporting Portugal, Sir Alex Ferguson during halftime was calling the manager of Manchester United to sign Ronaldo because he was so impressed by halftime of Ronaldo. And so this is such a legendary game. If we see The Last Dance, we're going to see this game. Of course, Ronaldo is going to talk about it. He talks about it. And he says this was the most nervous that he was ever in his career. And so I believe that this will definitely appreciate in value in the future. Next, once again, I purchased another one, same price. Look, a lot of these are still available for very cheap. This is a very historically significant piece of memorabilia in terms of Ronaldo, and you can acquire this still for $25. And this is another one that I purchased. Now, these are all sold out. However, this is from the 2002 season. And I was able to actually get his program from the first game that he started as a striker. That's so historically significant. And I was able to purchase this for about like total of $7, including shipping. And you might be asking yourself whether you're too late to enter this market, and you're not, guys. You can still go into this market. Let's see, 2003 Manchester, let's see, Manchester United. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so immediately it pops up. This is actually from his first goal. So it's a little bit ridiculous that I find this ridiculous. I already own like probably 10 copies of this one, but I just find it like really crazy that you can still acquire these for $1.37. Like guys, I understand the importance and the significance of Sports Illustrated. However, these match day programs, you can only acquire it if you went to the actual match. So it's going to be a limited number. Not only that, but I think it's more historically significant. You can purchase Sports Illustrated at any Barnes and Nobles or your grocery store back in the day, I'm guessing. However, these match day programs, they're not available anywhere. The only place that you can get them is outside the stadium. And so you had to go there on the day of the game. And nobody knew that Ronaldo was going to be such a big player, right? And so I believe that products like this is currently undervalued in the market. And I believe that this is an early play that you can make on the SGC move whenever it comes to these comic prices.